you? Today I brought you a recipe that you're going to love. It's an amazing dessert that really brings back childhood memories. This recipe is fantastic because it has no sugar, no wheat flour, no flour at all to give it consistency. And it also has no eggs, no milk. You're going to love it. It's very easy to make, the texture is incredible, and the flavor is wonderful. Stay until the end because you won't want to miss it. Before we start this recipe, which uses only 2 ingredients, take a moment. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel and also remember to turn on the notification bell so you get all the updates because I post new videos every day and I know you won't want to miss them. I'll leave the 2 ingredients down below along with the correct quantities so you can make it at home and the nutritional information per serving. So the first ingredient I have here is my orange, which I took and made fresh juice from. For this orange juice, I measured the exact amount and I'll leave it down below in the description because it's better than saying juice from a certain number of oranges since it depends on the size of the orange and whether it has more or less liquid. So I'll leave the amount down below in the description for you. From this orange juice here, I'm going to set aside a few spoonfuls because this is my gelatin, colorless, flavorless, neutral, and unsweetened. And I'm going to set aside about 4 spoonfuls of my orange juice here to dissolve this gelatin and then heat it up in the microwave or in a double boiler so it becomes more hydrated. So I'm actually going to add a little more juice here. Why am I not mixing it into all the juice? Because later I'm going to do a process here. I'll even mix it with a spoon, which I think is better. If all the orange juice is hot, it takes forever and never reaches the consistency I want. So I prefer to put a little bit of orange juice here, hydrate the gelatin as much as possible. Now that it's already hydrated, I can take it to the microwave, then I'll come back and mix the 2 things together. Because if you heat the orange juice too much, it causes problems later when trying to get the right consistency for the recipe. So the gelatin is already hydrated, it's already dissolved. I'm gonna wait for it to get softer and I'll be right back. Hold on. Look, I've already dissolved it. I ended up adding 2 more tablespoons of orange juice here to make it easier to dissolve. Now I'm going to get a bigger bowl here. Let me put our gelatin in here, already melted and dissolved. And I'm carefully mixing in the rest of the orange juice here, giving it a really good, thorough stir. I'm going to blend this until it gets even more airy and light. But it's always good to mix it right when you add it so everything becomes much more homogeneous and well combined. And I'm also going to add a bit of orange zest here. This will bring more orange flavor without adding more carbohydrates. This recipe doesn't need any sweetener, sugar, or anything like that because orange juice is already quite sweet. So this needs to be at room temperature. There's no point in starting to blend if it's hot because it won't reach the right consistency, it will take too long, and you'll end up telling me it didn't work out. So make sure it's at room temperature, put your hand on the container. If it's cool, at room temperature, then you can start mixing. You can use a whisk as well, but I grabbed this here because I find it more practical. So I'm going to start mixing little by little, and in a bit I'll come back to show you how it turned out. It's reached the right consistency here. This is exactly it. When it gets sticky like this, almost like a marshmallow. So now I'm going to set this aside for a moment. And here I have my baking dish. Let me put this here. And I've already lined it with plastic wrap because later I'll take this out and the plastic wrap will help keep it from sticking too much. So I'm going to put it in here, scrape everything out really well, and take it to the fridge to set. Look at this consistency. It looks like a marshmallow. See? Very interesting and sugar-free. Now I'm going to carefully put it in here and smooth it out. Look at this. It really looks like marshmallow. I'm going to put it in the fridge to set and I'll be back soon to show you how it turned out. Hold on, I'll be right back. So I've spread our mixture here. I'm going to put it in the fridge for a few hours and soon I'll come back to show you the consistency and tell you how long it took to get just the way I want it. I'll be right back. Look, about an hour and a half more or less, and see how easy it is to come out. It releases completely. So I want this nice side facing up, so I'm going to flip it over here. So I'm just going to flip it over with my hands and put the side I think looks better on top, but you can choose whichever side you prefer. And you can cut it into whatever size pieces you want. I'm going to cut some big squares here because I think it looks nicer that way. Just a reminder, I made this with orange juice, but you can easily make it with strawberry juice, grape juice, mango juice, pineapple, or coconut milk. Just use the same proportions and it will work out. Look at this, It turns out like a marshmallow, a different kind of sweet. Make it and you're going to love it. Look how pretty it is. Let me show you the texture up close. See how airy it is? It really looks like a marshmallow type candy. Make it, you're going to love it. Tell me which fruit you're going to use for this recipe. I'd love to see your comment. Remember to like the video because it really helps me out. And share it with anyone who would like it. Let's spread this chain of kindness together because that's what I want for this channel. Remember, I have a playlist here with healthy dessert recipes. This video will be added there, and there are many other delicious options, so check it out too. Let's give it a try. It is so soft. It's very airy. It has a strong orange flavor, and it really didn't need any sweetener. You're going to love it. See you next time. Bye.